Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving straight into the sheer drama, the palpable tension, and the unforgettable moments of one of the absolute most high-stakes matchups in recent memory, that 2022 World Cup Classic between Argentina and Mexico. We're going to use the raw source material from the broadcast to really unpack exactly how this incredible game unfolded on the pitch.
Right off the bat, we've got to establish the massive, do-or-die stakes hanging over a heavily favored Argentina. The broadcast commentary perfectly captured the sheer panic of the moment, pointing out that not often in the World Cup's stellar environment has one so mighty been rendered so vulnerable so soon. I mean, think about it. Going into this match, Argentina was staring down the very real possibility of an early exit. It is incredibly rare to see a footballing giant pushed to the absolute brink of elimination this early in the tournament. The pressure was just unimaginable.
Section 1. Staring into the abyss.
So to really get this, we have to look at the crushing weight of expectation in those opening minutes. Historically, the dynamic between these two teams set a very specific stage. They'd shaken hands at 3 previous World Cups, and guess what? On the first 3 occasions, Argentina walked away with the win. Coming into this 4th meeting, history dictated they were absolutely obliged to do it again. It wasn't just wanting to win, it was this heavy historical expectation weighing on them right when they were at their most vulnerable.
But hey, Mexico? They weren't backing down for a second. From the opening whistle, they took the fight directly to the Argentines. They heavily utilized the lightning pace of Irving Lozano, who immediately proved he was an absolute live wire out there. And complementing that pace, you had Chavez stepping up. Whipping in these devilish left-footed deliveries, it constantly kept the Argentine defense, guys like Otamendi, frantically scrambling just to clear their lines.
To be honest, that whole first half was less the beautiful game and way more of a gritty physical battle. There is this frantic energy that led to some heavy tactical fouls. We saw flying challenges from players like Gonzalo Montiel. But the real standout moment of the half? A brilliantly struck free kick. Mexico's Vega delivered a smashing hit over the wall, and it forced an equally spectacular response from the Argentine goalkeeper Martinez. He had to pull off a wonderfully clean, beautifully photogenic catch, grabbing that ball in a hurry to keep his team alive.
Section 2. A game without breath.
When that halftime whistle finally blew at the Lusail Stadium, the tension in the air was, well, it was suffocating. And it really all comes down to this one glaring number, 0. A massive, echoing 0. For both sides, that left Argentina staring momentarily right into the abyss of a potential group stage exit.
The broadcast nailed it. This was a game that could barely breathe. Argentina desperately needed something, anything, to change their fortunes. And Mexico? They were hungry to cement a massive upset. But up to this point, neither of them had a single thing to show for it. It was tight, physical, and every single pass felt like it carried the weight of the entire tournament.
Moving on to Section 3. The Magic Man delivers.
Second half kicks off, and Argentina's ambition had to totally shift. Forget the long-term plan, it was all about the desperate, immediate need for a breakthrough. The clock is relentlessly ticking down. You've got players like Messi getting their ankles taken away by sliding tackles from guys like Palacios. Meanwhile, the Mexican fans are absolutely loving it, scoffing and jeering at the struggling giants. The ultimate question hanging over the stadium was, who is going to step up? Where on earth is the magic going to come from to break this deadlock? And then it happens. Angel Di Maria, who had been a real bright spot, spots his captain. Messi finds just a tiny pocket of space, and the commentator captured the explosive release of tension perfectly. Oh, that's what they came for, the Magic Man. Just one single Messi moment, and suddenly Argentina was alive.
Let's actually break down how that pivotal moment went down. Messi hadn't really had a sniff around the penalty area all night. All he needed was a couple of yards of space and a brief sight of goal. Now, it wasn't the hardest shot he's ever hit, not by a long shot, but he threaded it perfectly through a whole clutch of defending players, placing it right into the bottom corner. The Mexican goalkeeper, Ochoa, was left slightly unsighted, and just like that, the star man delivered the magic exactly when they needed it most.
Section 4. A rising star emerges.
So, the stadium noise is at a deafening roar. Argentina has a pulse again, and the final minutes set the perfect stage for a brand new hero. Argentina earns a late corner. Enzo Fernandez takes it short and uses this brilliant 3-step sequence to put the game completely on ice. Step 1, he shows off sweet feet, stepping right over the ball. Step 2, a rapid shift to create a tiny window of space. And Step 3, an absolutely emphatic finish for a total peach of a goal.
You could see the pure joy on his face. This was literally the biggest moment of his career so far.
What we're looking at here perfectly illustrates the passing of the torch within that squad. On one side, you have the veteran, Lionel Messi, breaking the agonizing deadlock with his undeniable clutch magic. On the other side, the youngster, Enzo Fernandez, stepping onto the massive stage to secure the win with a breathtaking goal. Two completely different generations, two glittering gems for the Albiceleste, proving the incredible depth of their roster. Section 5. The Natural Order Restored.
The final whistle blows, and you can practically feel the massive wave of relief and triumph washing over the Argentine players and all those supporters in the stands. Pulled completely clear of the abyss, the team's entire posture transformed. They went from suffocating pressure to suddenly reaching for the stars again. They were out there punching their badges with fierce pride, sticking their chests out. Those iconic stripes were sparkling once more on the global stage. When they were absolutely obliged to win, they found a way.
And it all culminated in this final number. A dramatic 2-0 final score. Through Argentine eyes, at least, the natural world order was, beautifully restored. They had faced their worst nightmare and walked out the other side victorious.
So I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. When a team stares directly into the abyss and survives that kind of suffocating, tournament-ending pressure through a mix of veteran magic and youthful brilliance, does it make them truly unstoppable? Think about the emotional momentum generated by a game exactly like this. Once you've survived the absolute worst, the rest of the tournament might just feel like destiny. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep questioning what makes these incredible moments in sports history so unforgettable.